Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. It is me, Striker.
And it's me, Luba.
Now, we've been thinking about something, haven't we?
Yes.
And one thing
we always think.
We're always
For
thinking,
you guys.
We're always thinking about stuff.
How
but
true.
we always try and push that before you come over to Ukraine, you should learn a little bit of language. Now, it is a hard language to learn. I know. I am battling through it. But it's good to learn some key phrases, some key words, and even if it's just to impress the lady that you're with, right?
Yes.
So how are we going to do this? Like we don't want to teach you, or Luba's the one that's doing it. It's her language course, so it's going to be hard to teach you everything. Where do you start? So what's your approach? How are you going to help the guys do
You know, I know that a lot of guys are struggling with that and they're looking for different courses, and I don't think that for the beginning you really need to have a fluent Russian. So what you need is you need to impress your lady. You need to say something that she will be like, wow, it's so nice, he speaks Russian. And it's always very pleasant when the lady speaks some English to you. You always give her a compliment and say, oh, you have such a nice accent. And you want the same. You want the lady to tell something good about your Russian. So I decided that it would be good if I give you some practical approach. It's our thing, right? We have practical approach to dating, and now it's practical approach to language. So you're not gonna learn all the alphabet and all the difficult stuff. We're gonna give you the minimum, but the minimum that's gonna be useful for you and for your trip. And I will create a flashcard and I will record how to say it, and it will not sound like it should sound, right? Explain it better, when you do this transliteration.
Yeah, when you if you learn how to read Russian, you can start to read in Russian, and it's actually not that hard to learn the Russian alphabet. It only takes probably a few hours to sort of get the grasp of it. But if you sort of go one level underneath that, you can look at the romanization of the Russian alphabet. But even that sometimes is confusing because
complicated because they have this
the O might be said like an A. So we're going to teach you the phonetical sound of it. Read it how it actually. We're going to write it how it sounds.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So, for example, the word большой, right? So nobody actually say большой. It's a big. Everybody say how? Большой. So I'm gonna record for you the way you should say it, and it will be easier for you. And it's gonna have less letters than the actual romanization gonna have. And you will just listen to that. You will be able to read it. You will see the picture. I hope that the picture will help you to remember, and you will just be easily remember words and phrases. They're gonna be phrases that you can use on a date at the restaurant if you want to order the table or you want.
Yeah, think about it like this, right? So, and I know what it's like when you know a few phrases and you say it in front of when I say stuff in front of Luba, they sort of oh well, what else do you know? They don't have to know exactly how much you know. But imagine if you went to the restaurant when it was say a first date or something like that, and you went up to the counter and you said table for two, and then you knew how to call the waiter, you knew how to ask for the check, and important, you knew how to ask for an English menu, because there's nothing worse than her asking for an English menu for you. It's emasculating. It's just not very good. You want to be able to ask it for yourself in a confident manner, and that's that's a lot of what we push, is this confidence. And just knowing these few key phrases, even if you don't say it quite right, you don't quite roll the R, it shows that you know something and you're confident. That's the idea behind it. So that's what Luba's been
and it's
at.
not going to be a lot. We don't want you to get tired of that and get discouraged. We want to give you minimum that will be useful and that you will be easily be able to learn in a couple of weeks before your arrival. And you will always be able to play it again if you forget or need it. So it will impress you. I think it will be useful. And
stay tuned for that. It's being worked on at the moment by Luba.
We see you next time.
We'll see you next time.